Hey everyone, welcome to the Green channel. Make sure that background is green. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our spine-chilling explorations into the unknown. We're diving deep into the dark corners of the world, those places that make you question everything you thought you knew. I'm talking about the kind of places that send shivers down your spine and leave you lying awake at night. We're talking abandoned hospitals, forgotten prisons, ancient ruins, places steeped in history and tragedy, where restless spirits roam. This is the Green channel, owned by Said Mustafa, and I'm your host. Get ready to explore the unknown. We're starting our journey beneath the bustling streets of Paris, in the labyrinthine tunnels of the catacombs. Imagine being surrounded by millions of skeletal remains, the energy of countless souls pressing in on you from every direction. It's not just the sheer number of bodies down here that's unsettling, it's the way they're arranged. Skulls stacked high, femurs forming walls, all meticulously organized.
I've been down into the darkness, felt the oppressive atmosphere firsthand. The air is thick with the weight of death, a palpable energy that wraps around you like a shroud. The Black Death, the French Revolution. These catacombs have silently observed it all.
Next we travel to Mexico, to a place that's both hauntingly beautiful and deeply disturbing, Isla de las Muñecas, the island of the dolls. Imagine stepping off a boat onto an island where hundreds, maybe thousands of decaying dolls stare at you with vacant eyes from every tree, every surface. These aren't pristine, factory-fresh dolls. They're weathered, dismembered, their porcelain faces cracked and stained, their limbs often missing.
The story goes that the dolls were placed there by a man who found a young girl drowned in the canal. He believed the dolls would appease her spirit, but instead of peace, the island seems consumed by a palpable sense of dread and despair. It's enough to make you question your own sanity.
Our journey takes us now to the base of Mount Fuji in Japan, to a place shrouded in somber silence and a palpable sense of sorrow. Aokigahara, also known as the Sea of Trees. This dense forest, with its gnarled trees and thick undergrowth, holds a dark secret. It's known as a place where people go to end their lives, a final act of desperation in the face of unimaginable pain.
Imagine walking through these woods, the silence broken only by the crunch of leaves beneath your feet and the distant caw of a crow. The air feels heavy, thick with the weight of sorrow and despair. It's a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the darkness that can consume the human spirit.
Chapter 4. The Stanley Hotel Inspiration for a Nightmare. Our next stop takes us to the majestic Rocky Mountains of Colorado, to a hotel that needs no introduction, the Stanley Hotel. This grand dame of the Rockies, with its sprawling grounds and opulent interior, served as the inspiration for Stephen King's chilling masterpiece, The Shining.
But the Stanley's haunting reputation isn't just the stuff of fiction. Guests have reported countless unexplained occurrences, disembodied laughter echoing through the hallways, phantom children playing in the corridors, and the unsettling feeling of being watched. Imagine spending a night in room 217, the very room that fueled King's terrifying tale. It's enough to make even the most skeptical traveler sleep with the lights on.
Chapter 5. Poveglia Island, Quarantine and Carnage. We journey now to the Venice Lagoon in Italy, to an island shrouded in a chilling history of death and despair, Poveglia Island. For centuries, this small island served as a quarantine zone for plague victims, a place where the sick were sent to die alone and forgotten.
The island became a mass grave, the soil itself saturated with the remains of thousands. Later, it's said to have housed a mental asylum where cruel experiments were conducted on patients. The stories are the stuff of nightmares, patients tormented by whispers and shadows, driven to madness by the island's dark energy. But the echoes of its gruesome past linger, a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the depths of human cruelty.
Chapter 6. The Tower of London, where history haunts the halls. Our exploration takes us to the heart of London, to a fortress steeped in history and soaked in the blood of kings and queens, the Tower of London. For centuries, this imposing structure has served as a royal palace, a prison, and an execution ground.
The Tower is said to be one of the most haunted places in England, and for good reason. Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated queen of Henry VIII, is said to roam the grounds, her headless form a chilling reminder of her brutal execution. Even the ravens that call the tower home seem to carry an air of the macabre, their black feathers and piercing eyes a constant reminder of the darkness that permeates this historic site.
Chapter 7. The Myrtles Plantation Ghosts of the Old South.
We venture now to the American South, to a plantation shrouded in tales of tragedy and tormented by restless spirits, the Myrtles Plantation. This stately antebellum mansion with its sprawling verandas and moss-draped oaks holds a dark and troubled past.
Legend has it that the plantation is haunted by the ghost of Chloe, a slave who was murdered after poisoning a cake. Her image, a woman in a green turban and a sorrowful expression, has been captured in photographs, her presence felt by guests who claim to have encountered her spirit.
But Chloe isn't the only restless soul said to roam the Myrtles. The spirits of former owners, slaves, and even children who died tragically on the property are said to make their presence known, their whispers and footsteps echoing through the halls. Chapter 8. The Ancient Ram Inn, built on unholy ground. Our journey takes us next to the rolling hills of Gloucestershire, England, to an inn that has stood for centuries as a beacon for the paranormal, the Ancient Ram Inn. Built in the 12th century, this unassuming inn hides a dark and sinister past.
Imagine stepping inside, the low ceilings and uneven floors whispering tales of a time long past. The air feels heavy, charged with an energy that sends shivers down your spine.
The Ancient Ram Inn is said to be built upon a pagan burial ground, a place where ancient rituals and sacrifices took place. Guests have reported seeing full-bodied apparitions, objects moving on their own, and disembodied voices whispering in the dead of night. Chapter 9. The Banff Springs Hotel, Luxury and Loss in the Rockies. We return to the majestic Canadian Rockies, to a hotel that's as renowned for its ghostly encounters as it is for its breathtaking beauty. The Banff Springs Hotel. This castle-like structure, perched amidst towering peaks and pristine forests, seems to hold within its walls a darkness that belies its luxurious facade.
Imagine yourself a guest, wandering the grand hallways adorned with chandeliers and rich carpets. But as you round a corner, you catch a glimpse of a figure in an old-fashioned uniform vanishing into thin air.
There's the story of the bride who fell to her death on her wedding day, her spirit said to dance in the ballroom, searching for her lost love. The room has since been sealed off, but guests still report hearing screams and cries coming from behind the locked door. Chapter 10, Hoia Baciu Forest, Transylvania's Unexplained Phenomena. Our final destination takes us deep into the heart of Transylvania, Romania, to a forest known for its bizarre occurrences and unexplained phenomena. Hoia Baciu Forest. This dense woodland with its twisted trees and eerie silence has earned the nickname the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania.
Imagine stepping into this forest, the sunlight struggling to penetrate the thick canopy. The air is thick with an oppressive silence, broken only by the sound of your own heartbeat.
Local legend claims that the forest is a portal to another dimension, a place where the laws of physics seem to bend and distort. Many who enter the forest feel a sense of dread and anxiety, a feeling that something is amiss. That's it for our journey into the world's scariest places. Don't forget to subscribe to the eGreen channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure. We've explored the dark corners of the globe, from the bone-filled catacombs of Paris to the doll-infested island of Mexico. We've felt the weight of history and the lingering presence of the dead. We've confronted the unknown and stared into the abyss. But most importantly, we've learned that the scariest places aren't always the ones on the map. Share your own experiences with scary places in the comments below.